I gotta tell you about a great game. It's an app. You gotta download it. It is fun, and it's, well, let's say this. It's something you need to check out. Here it is.
Did one of you guys just fire on me?
I thought our cloaking device was on.
LeVar said he fixed it.
All right, guys, cloaking is fixed. What did you guys do? Oh.
Star Trek Fleet Command. Go get it now. All right, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Redlands, Palm Springs, your community, national or international cities, on KMET's website, KMET1490am.com. The station now features AccuWeather. AccuWeather offers weekend and extended forecasts, along with the latest radar map and current conditions. AccuWeather on KMET1490am.com. Logged in every morning for your daily forecast.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. Super excited for today's show. We got some things going on, of course. Around the corner, we got Applebee's very own Bill Norby talking to us about some of the things in our own backyard, including I know a fire is happening in the area. I know, Jesse, you've kind of like seen some stuff there, and I gotta ask, are you safe? Because I know they evacuate a lot of people. Are they evacuating anymore?
Okay. Yeah, no, we're safe for the moment. They stopped the evacuation, but yeah, no, I woke up, I was like, oh, why do I smell barbecue? And then I thought for a moment, I was like, oh yeah, the fire's still burning. Oh my god.
Did you get that moment where you're like, okay, I can have a little something, like I need a little something in my, because I smell like barbecue, like, or like chimney, and I'm like, oh man, I want like a burger right now. But not when like a home is like burning up, you know what I mean? So you smelled woodland like on fire, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, I was just looking around. Yeah, you can. I'm in Hemet, so you can just see the smoke, just the light smoke, just dancing along because it was still dark outside. So, yeah, that fire is burning pretty strong, and it's still going.
Yeah, it's a thing, and I know it's getting a little bit bigger. It is hot, not gonna lie. Okay, we're in the L.A., San Bernardino, Riverside area, parts of Orange County. You can also listen, and around the world, you can actually tune in via all our streaming platforms. So if you're following us, and if you're listening to us on the radio, 98.1 FM, 1490 AM. In our local backyard, and then of course around the world on Facebook, on Twitter, on Amazon's Alexa. Don't forget that. You can always say, Alexa, I want to listen to KMT 1490 AM, and we got all the great stuff. And speaking of which, we have a very great guest coming up a little bit later. Maria Rubio is going to be joining us on her Showbiz Report. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later. Some of the stuff that is happening like in entertainment, and it's from a perspective of a woman who knows like entertainment. She's a performer. Oh, by the way, her song that we featured here on the show has made it really big in certain countries. So I know she's really excited about that. But we're gonna be talking about kind of other people and what's happening in the world, around the world, with people that have things going on. So, okay, Jess, I know you got some things over there. What's going on?
Yeah, I kind of wish I had a Costco membership, especially those people around the Irvine area.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't hear? Okay, so apparently a few Costco's around that area, they have like college merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Like you see whatever, and you see Irvine. Okay. So apparently they pulled a bunch of sweatshirts, and because apparently they spelled Irvine wrong. Now I want the shirt or a sweater.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Is it G? Can we say it? How did they spell it wrong?
Oh, okay. So they spelled it wrong. So how would you spell Irvine if you didn't know how to spell it?
Well, Irvine. Well, maybe ERVINE.
So who spelled it, they kind of just like sounded it out. It's spelled Urvine.
Irvine.
Irvine.
Hey, well, you want to go to Irvine? Yeah, sure,
Oh,
Bill. Let's go to Irvine, man.
right. I mean, they immediately took it off the shelves, but people bought it. They're loving it. They're rocking it. And you know what? I kind of want one too. It's just hilarious.
You know what? You know what? Whatever works, man. I think that's a typo gone good. You know what? Like I can see a bunch of people wearing it. They go, all right, whatever. Or some people be like, seriously, like it's Irvine. You're like, is it? Like you just said it, Irvine.
Right.
Get it? Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. There are a few times where I've spelled the city wrong or pronounced it wrong, so
We're
I'm
gonna go
not
Will
going
Carr
to
now.
judge
He's in the
anybody.
fire zone
Yeah,
in
I
Hemet,
get
California.
That. I
As
get
that's
that. Yeah, I'm looking at some stuff right now, and you know how many fires are, Jess? There's like a bunch. And anyway, back to the heat. So be safe. Have plenty of water. Right now, I know I got a warning yesterday. I was shopping. Kid you not, Jess. I was for like maybe. I don't want to say it. The bill came in 300 plus, and I was like, have you gone shopping for yourself and maybe like anyone else or like your ma recent? I went for my ma, and I was like getting stuff on her list, and she was like, you forgot some stuff, and I'm like, did you see how much it was? Jess, it's outrageous. Who is making up the prices? Like, you know.
Right. That's a good plan. I really don't know who makes up these prices. All I know is no, I do not go shopping because I send Casey to do it. I just let her buy what she needs to get, and we're good. So I don't look at the bill.
I think you
That was
should.
right.
I think you need to. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was like, she told me, like maybe about a year ago. She goes, it is like high, and I'm like, okay. And she goes, no, you don't get it. It's high, and I'm like, all right. But I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. It's bad, Jess. I didn't even like. I bought a cart worth, which normally is like $180, right? Normally, back in the day, about the same, right? Like, and I say back in the day, like 2 years ago. I even said to the person like checking out, me and the person bagging up, and thank God they bagged them up because I could not carry all this stuff. But the point, because she usually has it delivered, right? But I said no, not right now. People are a little like unsafe. I want to keep you safe, so I'll go ahead and take care of that, and get you what you need. Anyway, long story short, I mean, okay, I got some things that were a little off the list. Like toothpaste. I got charcoal toothpaste, which I thought was really good that Colgate has. Because they make a really good one for like keeping your teeth white, but now they have a charcoal one, which they only had like 3, so I'm like, okay, gotta get it. So, and then I maybe made a couple of the purchases, but the point is this: I did not see that happening, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I talked to the cashier. He goes, "Yeah, that's the way it is." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, I get inflation, I get that. Everybody's using the I word, but that usually happens over like we have had the biggest influx of like." And then I had another conversation. It was a very interesting conversation. And this one was like, it's not sustainable. People are losing their jobs. People are not able to pay down the debt. People are like, so I'm like, okay. And it's something we've been saying here on the show for a while. But I'm like, all right, well, what do we do next, right? So I had an interesting conversation about solar and how solar can help like alleviate even like, have you checked out your electric bill, Jess?
Yes, I have checked out my electric bill. I do not like it. It gives me a heart attack because it is hot and I have to run the air condition quite a while.
Yeah, so even that's up. Like, ask your ma, like what she paid in 2020 and how much higher it is now. Like, it's like the company is like saying, okay, everything that, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I think they're taking advantage, like, you know how like gasoline went all the way up to 8, now it's back down to 5 here in LA?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, unless your money goes up like, and I get people that are quitting their job, but I don't, because it's like, okay, what job are you going to get? And then are you going to get a job that sustains the amount that everything is rising just by you? You know what I mean? Like you have, but I like, you have to have like a huge pay increase in order to compensate for the amount of like stuff going up. Like anyone that's done their own like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, Jess. I'm not a happy camper, but I will say this: we do recommend getting solar, especially now. There's great incentives, Jess, and they're so good that they actually like make sense. There's a really good solar that I can recommend. It's Q Cells that actually have a really good product, and what they do is very simple. They get with you. They say, okay, how much do you use, right? At like, and I like to think in a year's time, right? Because it fluctuates. You got summer, you got winter, you got fall, you got a little bit of spring. Here in like California, we're all heat, right? So we all we need air conditioning. So you just get with someone who can help you out, and when they help you out, they figure out how much solar you need in order to compensate the bill that's going up with like wherever you get your power from, because the bill is high. People that were paying $300 are paying like anywhere from $400 to $500 to $600, and anybody who was paying like a little bit more were paying like $800, $900, $1,000. They didn't want to run their AC. But if you get solar, guess what? You get to pay, and you get to save your money there. They do commercial, industrial, and they can even create a solar farm if you want. Yeah. So anyway, I spoke to someone who was very smart about this, and she knew exactly what I was like, okay, well, what does the person do if they do this and that and this? And anyway, she was very smart. She's someone that I think you should go ahead and well, here's the thing. I got the hookup, and you can check her out. Her name is Annette. Okay, Annette Marie, and Annette has the ability to help you out. Make sure A, you're getting the right whatever you need, and then B, that you'll be taken care of for life. Okay, so I've been talking solar for a while, and I recommend it honestly because, well, Jess, I mean, if you could, would you get solar? I know you rent, but if you owned a home, would you get solar?
Oh yeah, of course I would. I know my mom just got solar a few months back,
Yeah.
so good for her. And especially with these high electricity bills because of the air condition, hopefully it won't be like a $500 bill.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Like at some point, I mean, it's an investment. It is. But at some point, like let's say you got a solar system like maybe 10 years ago, right? Maybe 8 to 10 to 12 years ago. You would right now be like, oh my God, it was the best thing since sliced bread because the price, and they always said it, consultants always said this, like professionals always said this way back in the day. They said, look, if you get a system now, you don't have to worry about like the number going up when it comes to energy. And people are like, I don't know. But they're like, look, over time, it always goes up. What you thought I mean, it's like pennies on the dollar, per kilowatt hour. But at the end of the day, it adds up eventually, right? So whatever your monthly is, we can alleviate that. So the point is, at some point, Jess, it generates when you don't, like, you can get eventually a credit with your company where it's just like, because they have to take the power from somewhere. So they take the power, and then you're just generating, and you're good to go. So if you keep that home, or like your mom, like, wants to even sell it, it's a good resale because now people that get it, like, I don't know if you want your mom to sell her place, but if she did, Jess, it would be a great, like, well, let's put it this way: all new homes are getting this. So I recommend it. If you want to go in and check it out, again, it's a great thing that you can get. Annette Marie can help you out. Okay, if you want to message on any of our social media platforms, message, and I'll give you. I'll make sure that she contacts you, and you can see if this works for you. If you own a home, or if you have a business, or maybe you're wanting to like do I mean, there's potential when it comes to like if you have a plot of land and you want to put a solar farm on it, you could do that and make a lot of money. All right, there's ways to do that with this technology. It's really good, so I highly recommend it. So contact me, message me, and we'll take care of you. All right, I'm going to take a quick little break. We'll be back with more. Bill Norby coming up next here right on the morning show. Stay tuned.
Your pharmacy and mobility solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack Your Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
After the game, after school, after work, Applebee's is where you want to be to enjoy their bold, savory grilled steaks, salmon, or chicken. Applebee's is located where Beaumont meets Banning, just off 6th Street near Highland Springs Avenue. Applebee's started with the same philosophy they follow today. Focus on serving good food to good people in a neighborhood-style setting. Applebee's also offers Carside to Go when you order online. Applebee's in Beaumont, serving the Pass area. So fresh, so fast, make it Applebee's tonight.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing in Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing in Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing in Banning.
Welcome back to Citizen Morning Show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. We also appreciate returning listener Stacy Marie. I know Stacy has a lot of stuff going on in her neck of the woods, and she knows a lot about the world of broadcasting. So we appreciate you, Stacy, for tuning in, and thank you for always being great and checking out our show. Okay, now we always say, when it comes to food, you gotta have fun, and I tell you right now, our own general manager of Beaumont and Banning's very own Applebee's, Bill Norby, actually knows how to do that, including like make suggestions as to what you want to eat, and if you want to like go have like maybe I don't know, like a cool time inside, especially when it's hot. We got Bill Norby. Good morning, welcome to the show, Bill.
Good morning, Aaron, Jesse, and all the KMET listeners. Very excited about the NFL season starting tomorrow. The Rams and the Bills are kicking it off. Forget, you get your 10% discount, your KMET discount, but if the Rams win, we're going to double it up to 20% all week long until they play again.
Yeah, and I will say this. I know Jess has been kind of thinking about, like, Jess, is there any time soon you want, like, you know, go ahead and treat someone to a good day at Applebee's, Jess?
Honestly, it'll probably end up being this week because apparently Casey said I have to take her to Applebee's, so I guess I'm.
All right, so can you help him out, Bill? Like, what's a good like deal? Because everybody's kind of feeling the pinch.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we still have our two-for menu. It's not, inflation has driven it past. It used to be the 2 for $20, but now we've got it starting at 2 for $25. And we've got different tiers: 2 for $30, 2 for $35. You can kind of mix and match, and you can get an appetizer and 2 entrees off of our list of 9 options. And it's a great meal for 2 people.
Yeah, and here's what I love. I love the fact that again, like if you're gonna let's put it this way. Let's go back to the heat, man. It is hot. Okay, you guys get it hotter than I do here in LA. It's hot, and I'm like sweating as we speak. But when it comes to like you guys there, you're in a affected area right now, which I will say, are you guys safe in the area? Because I know the Hemet fire, and people are kind of like when they go west or east on the 10 freeway, they go, should I get off? Because there's a lot of traffic, and I say yes. Where would they get off?
You get up of the Highland Springs exit. We are completely safe. We are a good distance away from any of the fires that I know the one in Hemet is 15, 20 miles away, and we've had some other fires, but they never get very close to our restaurant. We've never been affected by any of these. Highland Springs exit at the 10 freeway, where Beaumont and Banning come together.
Yeah, I will say it's a place to go ahead and get your, sometimes you don't know where to get off. I sometimes kind of like have theories. I will say, again, your buffalo wings are on special right now. They're hot, and you put them with some good like dressing. They're like delicious. You get a little like maybe drink with it, and then you put a little dessert with that, a little salad, or a little burger, a little avocado, a little. I think Jess is like ready to go, right, Jess?
Oh my God! I'm looking at the appetizer menu, and all I'm thinking is, I want waffle fries.
Yeah, that's a fairly new item for us. And you mentioned our $12.99 all-you-can-eat boneless wings. We do have that going on for a limited time only. $12.99. You can start with our classic wing sauce, and then go over to the honey barbecue, and back again, and sweet Asian also too. So you can kind of mix and match and keep eating until you get your fill.
Yeah, I can tell people are like, okay, I need it. I've already been sent a few messages. Applebee's, yes. Okay, and those are for people like around like the country. Which, by the way, I will say, there's a lot of people in affected areas like Mississippi, which you cannot like. Let's put it this way. I don't know what you would do, Bill, if the water wasn't running. Like, what would you do if like all of a sudden there was no running water, you couldn't use the restroom? Would you be like what do you think Applebee's would do, Jet? Yeah, either one of you.
Well, by law, we would not be able to stay open, but fortunately that hasn't happened to. My heart goes out to the folks in Mississippi. We have to have running water to have a restaurant here in California, and so far, so good on that. And our heart goes out to the folks in Mississippi.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, I mean, because when we talk Applebee's, they're, nationwide. And I've gone to areas where I'm like, no, there's no Applebee's, and boom, it's right there. So, again, I know we talk for all of Applebee's, but especially Beaumont and Banning, which makes a great special, especially for KMET listeners. Again, 10%, but how do they get 20% when something happens really good?
The Rams win, and that's what they're going to do. The defending champion, Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams are putting their defense on the line starting tomorrow against a really strong Buffalo Bills team, and a lot of people think that might be a preview of the next Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, if anything, I know our station broadcasts that as well. So if you are listening in the area, again, tune to 1490 AM and or 98.1 FM, and you'll be able to hear that, and of course be able to participate. And if they win, I mean, A, you should go anyway, and B, you should get any of the specials they already have. But if you like, I know, Jess, are you a football fan?
I am not a football fan. I try and get into it, but it's difficult for me.
But if they win, I think you'll be like happy taking Casey to like
Yes.
Applebee's, right?
Yeah. Then I'll be okay. I mean, there is one team I root for, but I don't say it out loud because people are jealous.
Which one?
Okay, I go for the Cowboys. Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
We won't hold that against you. We won't hold that against you.
Yeah, they win, like every now and then, but whatever. So, okay, Bill, I know we got to let you go. You got to get back to serving some great stuff. Thank you for spending time with us. I can't wait to go try some stuff at Applebee's.
Absolutely. See you down at Applebee's, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, Bill Norby, general manager there. Always a great. Let's put it this way: they greet you with a smile. If you ever go to a restaurant or you go eat somewhere, they kind of, they're like, whatever. What do you want? No. I'm like, maybe we should go somewhere else. That's not what you're gonna get at Applebee's. They got a great team. They got great service, and you'll always be happy. So there you go, Bill Norby over there at Applebee's. Again, for KMT listeners, just mention, hey, I love KMET or anything like that, and then they'll say, oh, we're going to give you the special, and that's a little special code, okay? So it's, you got to say it, so don't forget, okay? All right, people, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Join West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants each Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock p.m. Daryl focuses on successful businesses from California's southern border to Canada, including the great border states of Arizona and Nevada. Every week, Daryl provides in-depth discussions and interviews with prominent leaders and innovators that makes all of our lives better and more productive. West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants, Wednesdays at 4 o'clock p.m. right here on Smart Talk Radio.
Banning Stagecoach Days is coming soon, September 9th, 10th, and 11th. Enjoy live rodeo Friday and Saturday nights at 7 p.m., plus Sunday afternoon at 4. There's live music featuring Adam Doliak Friday at 10 and Drew Parker Saturday at 10. Enjoy the Kids Zone, vendors, and beer garden all weekend long. Catch the parade at 10 a.m. Saturday downtown. That's Stagecoach Days at Dysart Park. Take the I-10 freeway to Banning, exit on Sunset, and go south. For more information, go to stagecoachdays.org. Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now. Summer in the Inland Empire. You know what that means. Sunny days and hot temperatures that make you want to stay inside. Franklin Mechanical Systems can repair or replace your air conditioning unit to get it working cool before the heat hits. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems for all your residential and commercial air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and get cool today.
What is commitment and why is it so hard to achieve? The new book, Committed, by Dr. Carmen Hara and Alexandra Hara, will make you reevaluate the way you think about love. Committed is a relationship manual that unfolds in 2 parts: the work you need to perform on the inside and the 7 distinct archetypes you will encounter on the outside. Committed, a new book available on Amazon by Dr. Carmen Hara and Alexandra Hara, will help to find and keep the love you deserve. Committed, available now on Amazon.
That's right. It's the morning show. You're on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining us is the one who knows exactly what's going on around the world, especially in entertainment, when it comes to music, film, and other. Man, oh man, we got Maria. Welcome to the show, Maria.
Hi, how are you, Aaron? I love your hair.
Thank you so much. I love what you're doing over there, and I know there's a lot of things going on around the world. Hit me with what's going on first.
Okay, yes. So, Serena Williams, she's basically advanced to the 3rd round of the US Open, as you probably know. And in Vogue's September issue, she prepares to say farewell to tennis, saying, I don't want it to be over, but at the same time, I'm ready for what's next. So, yeah, it's bittersweet, I think, for her.
Yeah, I think, if anything, it's kind of like, okay, what next, right? Like, there's so much going on in, the world of,
Yeah, exactly. But I think she's still holding her ground. She's had a baby and she's looking good. So let's just hope and see that she carries on winning.
Yeah, that's number one. Okay, number two on the list.
So Vanessa Bryant wins, the crash photo lawsuit against LA County. The jury decided liability and awarded for past and future emotional distress 16 million. She just wanted accountability, basically, which is understandable. But a lot of people are saying, wow, 16 million, that's so much.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I'll be honest. When I first saw that, I said, "Wait, why are they suing?" And then I thought, "Oh, I get it." And somebody responded. They said it wasn't cool because the police did something like at the scene. They were taking photos. They were taking selfies, and then not only were they taking photos, they were sending them kind of like, "Hey, check it out," kind of like fan. But then at the same time, I think they were squashing evidence that could have kind of like made a case, because then they deleted everything. From what I understand, I could be wrong. They deleted everything when they got found out. So it's kind of like, who, you know what I mean? Now, 16 million, that's a lot of money. But at the end of the day, are they going to continue to do that with celebrity? And I think the answer is, I don't think so, but you never know.
Exactly. I just think sometimes too many people are taking too many selfies. They're not enjoying the moment, and especially with police, I think they need to just keep their personal phones, for example, in their pockets. That's evidence, and that's also, it could be going against the Data Protection Act or anything like that. It's not a photo that they should be taking of somebody like that. So I agree with her taking them to court. And so 16 million. Rihanna is recently enjoying wearing vintage jerseys after having her baby, and it's refreshing that she's been normal and just in whatever she wants, and she hasn't gone on to an unhealthy liquid crash diet to go skinny, which a lot of people do. I was under a lot of pressure to get back to a size 4, a UK size 4, which is like a size 0 over there.
Oh, is it? I believe it. In Mexico, it's like a -3, right?
Yeah, basically I had the body of a 7-year-old when I was 20, and that was normal in the modeling world, when you're on TV and singing. And so I really respect Rihanna for just wanting to be her and probably just enjoying her baby instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I mustn't eat, I've got to go on a liquid diet. So that's really good.
Yeah, I think any one who has a little one. How old is the little one?
I'm not sure when she exactly gave birth, but it was recently.
Yeah, you never want to be like, oh, okay, I want to focus on just what I do versus my little one, Always focus on the child, and you'll have, like, long, you know what I mean? I know Lucille Ball kind of, like, regretted that when she was at the height of her career. Her nanny took care of the child, and she kind of lost those years,
There are so many celebs that I know, no names, because I'm not like that, who really hardly ever see their children. And one of them said to me, well, she's just business. And another thing that I heard that really I'll never forget is she told the nanny specifically, this was an A-lister who I was with, she told the nanny, I don't want a fat child. So she limits her food, but she also wanted her child to have her food limited, which is that's disgraceful. Wow. I disagree completely.
Yeah. You don't. I mean, it's bad enough baby formula is kind of like, where's baby formula at? I don't know about you, but that's happening here in the States.
Yeah, I just think, let children be children and let them eat whatever they want. And so long as they're, eating healthily and doing exercise, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I know you got something else. Or let's see, who else is on that list?
Amazing J-Lo. So I've gigged with J-Lo. I've met her a while back. Really, really lovely person. She gets a lot of slack saying that she's a diva, etc. And to be frank with you, my personal experience with her was she was a really lovely, down-to-earth person, absolutely stunning. with a 10 out of 10 body. So J-Lo basically turned her 400K wedding into a mini concert and serenaded husband Ben Affleck. How cool is that?
Oh, well, I think, you know what? Exes are coming back. I think exes are the new in.
It depends on the ex.
Come on, it's Ben. You know, he's been through a lot. You know what I mean? I'm not sure it works for. I mean, I think it works for him that his ex now is Jen, and then he happens to now be married to Jen. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like either way, he doesn't. You never want to call an ex name, but now he's like Jen. You know what I mean? Like either way, he wins. Jennifer Garner, Jennifer Lopez, Jen.
Yeah.
He scored, man. It's right. He's got it. Like choose an ex that has a name of an ex. You'll never go wrong.
Yeah, you won't make the mistake in bed, will he?
No. Oh, Jen. Okay, all right, enough of that. But she feel like she gave an accent on that. What do you mean, Jen? You went a little high there. I don't know.
Jen Garner, she's so pretty though, isn't she? She's so pretty.
Yeah,
really pretty.
Yeah, I think if anything, with look, Jennifer Lopez or J-Lo, as long as he does, I don't think he doesn't call her J-Lo, does he? No, I don't think he does. She has her own, she's got kid, right? And he's got kids, so it's like, okay, so I wonder what it's gonna be like with all of them. Like, that's kind of a thing in celeb world. Have you noticed that? Like, I think of, like, some people like Will and his fam, right? It's like a mixed fam. And as long as, everyone get along, then Bruce Willis and then, like, Demi and, everyone gets along. I'm like, okay, hey, if you can, I don't know if they're going to move in together anytime soon. And is Garner, like, she kind of, like, on the, I mean, she's free, right?
Yes. I think she's free. You want to date her?
No, I saw an article on something that she was promoting, and it was about fillers. And she was saying fillers and like certain things can create problems for you. So she's creating awareness for that. But I'm kind of like, do you want to be the guy that's up against Batman? Like
yeah,
Affleck, the Bat.
Well, between me and you, let's pretend no listeners are listening.
Yeah, of course, no one's listening.
I don't actually think that Ben Affleck is really good looking. I just don't get it. Okay, he looks...
No, that's good. That's good, because J-Lo's like, he's mine. I think J-Lo would take issue as if you did think he was good looking. I think she's like, I think he's like, hey, don't look at my woman because, I mean, I don't know. I will say this. No, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, what's next on the list?
Okay, so, I don't know if you know Britney Spears' son, Jaden, handsome teenager. He basically has been estranged and gave an emotional plea to fix their relationship. It's quite sad, to be honest, with his mum, Britney Spears. And he said that the conservationist went on for too long, which we all agreed on. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And that ended last November. Britney basically responded saying, "My love for my children has no boundaries. And it deeply saddens me to know that Jaden's outcry of saying I wasn't up to his expectations as a mother, and maybe one day we can meet face to face and talk about this openly." So, yeah, I mean, me as a mom, I really feel for this one, and I really, really hope that whatever went on, that it can be solved and they can love each other again, because a bond between a mum and a son, or just a mum and a child, should be so strong. I call it forever love, because okay, you can love your boyfriend, love your fiance, love your husband, but the love of your child is so strong, is crazy. And so yeah, I really, really hope that Britney and Jaden, they can really mend that relationship.
Yeah, I saw a report because I know, again, the whole conservatorship's been kind of like world news, and I'm glad she got it back. I'm not going to lie. I think, they had it for a little long. But I think she's, I know she just lost a little one, unfortunately, because, she announced she was pregnant, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh no, she lost that. So I think if anything, the kids that she has are kind of like, look, Mom, we just, because I know she's in with a new guy, and like you said, you kind of want to be like, you get that, she wants to move on with her life. She's a young mom. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know she had kids. I'm not gonna lie. So I was like, but I get it. The kid's just like, hey, can we get along? Can we just get past this? And can we just, But I don't like the way people are spinning it. Like, oh, she's still, It's like, okay, the conservatorship is over. I get some photos that she posts is very like, okay, but a lot of people post photos now because they're like staying in because of COVID. So I think if anything, it's good for the kid to say, hey, I want time with my mom. And I think it's really a plea of, I just want my mom back, give me time. And so she needs to take him, like, I don't know, somewhere safe, like, maybe go have fun somewhere that he likes, It's time for them to bond,
Yeah. And it also, I question, how has he been brought up? Has he been brought up with people saying positive things about his mom or negative things about his mom? Because then that would change things around of his perception of his mum. I think she's had a tough time, and I think we need to start respecting that. To me, she was the best pop star. She was absolutely stunning, and okay, she's not Mariah Carey vocally, but she held her own. And to be honest, it's actually very, very hard to dance at a certain speed and sing live really well as well. I've done it, and it's very difficult.
And it's funny you say that, because I think people don't give credit where credit is supposed to be, which is all the stuff that they put in, the time, the effort, the energy. She is like a beast when it comes to, back to J-Lo, right? J-Lo knows what it's like to get her body fit, to be like, okay, we're going to do this. And it's a lot of, choreography is just one piece of the puzzle. Then it's singing, then it's dance, and it's, you know what I mean? It takes a toll. We have a heat wave right now. You do not want to perform like that you know what I mean? So I think if anything, she had that toll taken at a very early age, and it was nonstop. She's a workaholic, you could tell, and that does something, but she's come full circle. I think she has, she needs to take more time for her and fam. You take time with you and your fam, you'll be, like you said, ever, with them, because if the guy goes bye-bye, which I think he will, I'm not going to lie, I don't see it lasting, in my own opinion. But if it does, yay them. But the kid will never, ever, ever give up on her. And sometimes guys give up on, Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine who are really well known worldwide, they get used by their partners because they want to taste of the limelight. They want to be, wealthy. They want to live this wealthy lifestyle, and many times they question, do they really love me, or are they just with me because of the fame game? And I think with children, well, I know with children, they keep you grounded, and it's real love, like you said, with these partners that flutter in and flutter out. Like Kevin Ferdinand, he got a lot of child maintenance every single month from Britney Spears. So I think credit where credit is due with that woman. I think Britney Spears is phenomenal, and I really, really hope that she can come back with an amazing song and show people what she's about, because she's an incredible artist.
Yeah. No, I appreciate everything you're saying. I think, I root for her. I'm glad she got, that situation taken care of. I was not all for, them controlling everything that she, I get, because I have conservatorship of my sister, but everyone knows my sister's special needs. When you take conservatorship, and then I always ask, where's the money going? Who takes the conservatorship because they want, what I mean? I'm not saying that was necessarily a thing, but I think it was, when you have money involved, especially at that, like, most people have to worry about, like, a little money. She had, she has a multi-million-dollar, like, everything, what I mean? So she still has a lot of creativity in her, and I see, look, I think we're going to have a lot of things going down the line with her. She just needs to focus on her fam, and then the rest will come, So I know we're out of time almost. Do you have another one right before we go?
Just makeup. So girly chat now time. Jodie Turner-Smith's denim-inspired cat eye makeup at the Venice Film Festival Bones annual premiere. The star wore a washed-out denim mermaid gown by Balmain, but also wore denim-inspired makeup. So the makeup was done by artist Shaker Daly. She added 2 saturated wings out strokes of the eyeliner, one in light blue and the other dark navy, and along Turner-Smith's brow bones with white pigment on the inner corners. She looked absolutely stunning, and it stood out basically. And you know, you get a lot of people that have stylists and who are you wearing, etc., but she has phenomenal skin. She's absolutely beautiful anyway, but the way this makeup has been done, I think a lot of girls worldwide are going to copy that, because the eyes just stood out, absolutely popped. And when I was younger, I used to wear turquoise around my eyes, and when you've got blue eyes, it makes them look even more beautiful. And I think this trend is going to come back.
Hey, you know what? Whatever it takes to make you look at the eye and go, woo. You know? So, all right, Maria Rubia, thank you for joining us here on the show. I want to say, oh, by the way, great job on your, I understand you kind of hit like next level with your song.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So thank you for having me as your showbiz reporter, by the way. Thank you so much. Yes, a lot of things are going on. Like, I've got 2 phenomenal songs that have been sent to me. I mean, if a cat sang them, they would be a hit. They're just hits. They're just naturally a hit. So then there's that. And then my son literally did skydiving yesterday. He jumped out of the plane yesterday. Wow. I was like, oh my God. So it's all happening this side. Yeah, it's a very exciting week.
Yeah, tell him to be careful, and tell him to be extra careful, because there was a TikToker who just did that and ended up like not so alive. So like hug him every minute.
Tell me this after.
Yeah.
I'm happy you didn't tell me before.
Yeah. Just tell him, hey, dude, like, you know, double parachute. Okay, double parachute. Tell him for me, okay, please.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too. Okay, that's Maria Rubia. She knows what's happening around the world, and she's bringing it to us live right here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Go check her out. She's online everywhere. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your #1 source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com, because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the #1 choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers, with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek, located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second day ground, next day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. Again, big shout out to Maria, who, of course, is always around the world traveling, doing her thing. You never know where you're going to find her next. Go follow her on social media. She's a great. Oh, and go listen to her song as well. Go give a thumbs up as well, retweet, and do support. So some really good stuff. And we'll have her back, by the way. And I know that's kind of the first one that we had. We had her on as a guest, and then her and I were speaking, and we said, hey, why don't we do some more? And she goes, yeah, I'd like to give her perspective of, like, you know, the actual biz and what it's like to work in it. And then 'cause sometimes people, you know, they don't. I mean, she's performed with some pretty big top talent and world talent. You know, sometimes people that are like in like the other part of the world of, you know, our Earth, literally, you know, have some pretty cool stuff. And you know, I've met people and I didn't know they were like really big like in another country, you know, and then I found out, oh, okay, but you know, some people are able to do that, other people are just, you know, kind of in their own area. So if you ever meet someone that's like, don't you know who I am? I'm like, I'm not gonna, I don't watch every single like television channel around the world. I've had a lot of I'll be honest, and you know, last name Sanchez, so you know, you can't hate. But I've had like people from like Latin America be like, you don't know who I am? I'm like, no, I don't watch, like, I have no idea. But they're real big, like, you know, people that watch them, you know what I mean? But it's like, sorry, I just don't know. You know, Jess, you ever had that?
I have not, but you know what? I already have comebacks for a lot of things. So if somebody ever asks me, you don't know who I am? They'd be like, do you know who I am? No? Then we're even.
Jess. All right, man. Anyway, we have a lot of stuff to say. Thank you for, I will say this, you guys are always tuning in, you're sharing. Thank you for retweeting. Thank you for keeping us on. If it weren't for your support, we would honestly, I don't know what, well, I know what Jess would do. Jess would have, like, Jess is there all day. So regardless of whether I'm not or am, you know, but I will say this, coming up a little bit later, I highly recommend you tune in the Ramsey Show, okay? If you want to get out of debt, that's what you're going to want to listen to live here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, starting at 11, which is only in a couple of hours. But we got great news at the top of the hour and everything. Download the app. It's free. KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron. That's Jess. We'll see you again, hopefully tomorrow. All right, for those of you tuning in, just want to do a quick little shout out now that we're off the air. Big shout out to those tuning in. Stacy says, agree, now it's the time to reconnect with her children. Says every child needs their mom. And yeah, so I'm glad you agree. You know, sometimes we wonder, like, you know, with what we're saying, you know, will you agree, will you not agree? But at the end of the day, you know, it's just an opinion, right? So I hope they do. I hope they do the, you know, and I can see it happening. You know, I mean, when they grow up, and you know, I think it's interesting. Like, and I understand the world of, like, you know, my ma is, you know, a star, right? And you live with that as a kid, but then she's a young star, and then, I don't know who the dad is. I'm not gonna lie, but obviously, when you're young and you have a young one, I can imagine his friend like your mom is like, whoa, you know what I mean? So that's already. But anyway, so I hope they do the right thing, and of course have some fun there. Okay, in other news, there's a lot of stuff going on in Ukraine. Okay, I didn't get to it. We had a lot of like entertainment stuff, but I do want to say this. Ukraine has a problem right now, and it is kind of coming up full circle. Okay, you're going to see a lot of news about. Well, let's put it this way: Ukraine is getting. Okay, the UN is. How do I say this? Okay, I always say there's nothing good with nuke. Okay, there is nothing good. When you have a nuclear facility bombed and then taken over by Russia in Ukraine, you have, like, I mean, I can see them saying, look, this is the new Russia. But my point is this. Well, let's put it this way. The ones that were investigating certain UN members of, like, nuclear, those ones, okay, we know how there's nuke bombs, right? You never want to detonate a nuke bomb, right? Why would you detonate, in essence, a bomb near a nuke facility? Right? Does that make sense? It doesn't. And yet, that's exactly where we're at right now. So there are people going, what do I do? Especially in the area of Ukraine. But I say anyone around, like, maybe a 300-mile radius, take iodine pills if you can. Okay, just be aware that it may be a situation in the next few days, because there is leaking there, and some estimates are that it's a bad. Like if they bomb in the wrong place, again, or it's not that they did. I don't know why you want to like overtake a nuclear facility. Now, this nuclear facility does actually run power usually to Europe. So I could see them saying, hey, we're going to, but you can't shut it down. Okay, you can't shut it down. So I don't know. Let's put it this way. When there's a radiation leak, you don't want to be anywhere near, okay? If there's heat if anyone knows, let me put it this way. Okay, I've talked about it several times, all right? I'm going to bring up the film so you could kind of get some awareness of here. But anybody that knows Chernobyl or knows about 3 Mile, that's this, okay? And it's very telling of what we're kind of like in the middle of, and it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't. This should be something that's not even a thing anymore, and yet it is, okay? But if you watch this, watch it anytime soon, you'll understand. Meltdown 3 Mile Island, okay? You never, ever shut down a nuclear reactor, which is what we have to power areas, right? Like Europe and other areas, right? So if this particular thing happens, certain people, are not going to have power. They're going to reroute power to other like places that can generate the power for them. And you don't want to be kind of like here in the U.S., we have a lot of nuclear power plants, right? And in the 80, like late 70, late 80, the China Syndrome with Jane Fonda, Michael Douglas, actually kind of caused awareness of a situation that actually happened when it debuted like 10 days earlier, which is kind of, well, let's put it this way. If you watch the China Syndrome, it's kind of like worst case scenario, but it doesn't happen. There's no such thing as melting the like bottom of the earth and then going all the way to China if you melt it down here in the US. That doesn't happen, okay? But in a way it goes the opposite way, up and out. It gets into the air, and if you're like in the path of the wind, kind of like a windstorm or a thunderstorm, or like, let's say there's a bunch of hail, then or worst case scenario, you get rain. Now you got radiation rain, okay? They say acid rain, because of smog. This is worse, okay? So you don't want to be in an infected area, but with winds what they are, if you're like, well, let's go back to Chernobyl. Chernobyl, if you do the research, I'm not going to lie, I didn't know where Chernobyl was. It's in Ukraine, okay? So, but no one bombed that one. it basically went like bye-bye, like that, meltdown. Okay, so it did kind of like that picture, but it actually did melt down. Okay, and it happened in the 80s. Okay, so Chernobyl, when you hear the word Chernobyl, you should think, oh, devastation. You should think like zombie apocalypse. Nothing's there alive. There's mutated things. You can only stay there for a little bit of time because you get radiation just not even seeing it. You wouldn't even know. So you get one of those, things that goes, or what do they go, right? And then you know if there's radiation, right? So that's the problem happening in Ukraine right now. Now with the new thing that Russia's like, hey, we win. No, you don't win if it like goes nuke on you, right? So that's the question. Is that going to happen? And UN is involved right now, and they're investigating, and they're saying, hey, we need to put kibosh on it. And they actually said that as of yesterday. I saw a report, and I said, yep, there it is. And I've been talking about this. I said, watch out for this. Be careful. What comes next is, we'll see, right? But be careful if you're in the affected area. We know a lot of you tune in from around the world. We got friends in Ukraine. We got friends in, even parts of Russia. I've had Russia friends on, as hosts, to be honest. And, again, they're against the war 100%, right? A, they don't live there, and B, they're like, I don't think so, that was wrong. And there's a lot of Russians that believe the same thing. I saw somebody that defected from Russia. I'm like, whoa, what are we, like the Cold War? That if you ever watched The Hunt for Red October, that was a defect with Sean Connery and let's see who else was in that. I think Alec Baldwin. Speaking of, right? Not Alec Baldwin. Let's see, who was in it? Oh yeah, maybe it was Alec Baldwin. I was thinking the other guy. No, it was the other one. Sorry, I got it wrong. Not, but they play the same character. Ben Affleck, yeah, I think Ben Affleck's in that one with Sean Connery. Anyway, if you watch that, same thing. Okay, they're like, no, we're fleeing. Bye bye. If you don't understand that film, that's what they do in the submarine. Okay, so he's like, bye bye, we're not going back to Russia. And so those people are like, what? So he's like, I don't want you to know, but whatever. But in essence, he's saying, look, here's the technology of Russia, this submarine that you U.S. people keep us safe, but we want to go missing, right? We don't. There's nothing in Russia that we want to be with, right? So that's if you watch The Hunt for Red October, you'll understand. A lot of people are like that right now. So if you know Russian friends, and I have a few Russian friends, they kind of don't agree with this, right? But I would say this. You shouldn't want to agree with this, because whenever you bomb, like, how dumb do you have to be to bomb a reactor of nuclear? Does that make any sense? No, right? The energy sector has always said we need to create power, and this is how we do it. Now, they create it in multiple ways, but I always say this: solar. Okay, that's the solution, man. You just do like buy any area around you that's cheap, invest in solar, generate power, send it, and then profit from it, right? You're a generator of sun, right? Which is, as far as I know, I mean, there's a lot of volcanoes going off, but it's one of the best ways to get energy, right? And there's certain technologies that are coming that actually can get radiant energy too, so whether the sun's out or not, they can still actually get power, because there's something about, like, when you look at the moon, that's a certain amount of light that you can actually, kind of like when things go neon, what do they call it, luminescence or something like that. It glows in the dark, but that's if you have light on it, right? There's actually, you could generate power from that, actually. So there come out some great technologies when it comes to solar. And when you think of electric vehicles, you think of things that consume power, and your power, whatever that is, I say this, take advantage of solar. Okay. Now, if Ukraine said, you know what, look, we're going to counteract, we're going to go and invest in solar, we're going to get those things, we're going to generate a bunch of stuff, especially in areas that we can't use anymore. I will say this, radiation actually deteriorates metal. Okay, so I wouldn't put it in the affected areas. That's number one. Number two, if you want to put in areas that are just out there, right, I say do that. Because we have a lot of land here, just shoot, we have here in the desert, we have a lot of land. I'd be like, purchase that, for rock bottom. Nobody's going to use it. People are like, why are you purchasing it? Because I want to put a solar farm there, right? So yeah, that's what I recommend. But the situation right now, be careful, okay? And if you want solar, okay, again, I will recommend this. This technology, it's called Q cells. Okay, Annette has the hookup. Okay, and she's great. I talked to her, and she knows what she's doing. She's helped quite a few people. Let me kind of bring up what type of stuff they install on, like, your house. And a lot of new builds have this already, right? And they look much better. They're very efficient, and they generate power. Okay, and they're just real good. Look, even if you go, oh, but what if it breaks? They have a good warranty. Even if you say, well, I'm good paying what I'm paying now. Yeah, but will you be long term, right? I would like to have like energy for life, right? And you can always add on. So let's say you get an electric vehicle eventually. Maybe you don't have one now. You're gonna need to like fuel that up with energy from the sun. And if you do that, you can do that like really quick and fast. You just have to do it in a way that is like obviously safe, right? So my friend Annette Marie knows how to help you out, and she can just ask you a couple questions and see if it makes sense for you. Some it makes sense like maybe in a few years, right? Some it makes sense right now. All right, they do like your own home if you're industrial, and let's say you have a plot of land and you want to put like a solar farm on there, right? Maybe you have land that was like given you, and you're like, what do I do with that? Solar, get a solar like that. That's money in the bank, especially in the next. With power is like everybody's going to consume so much power. We have a problem right now because of the heat, and they're being like stressed because everybody's using their AC. But small families, big families, even single people are getting solar. So I highly recommend that you check it out. Again, message me. I'll give you the number. You can message her and or have her call you at a convenient time. All right. Again, her name Annette Marie. Great. Like I already know you're gonna be like, thank you so much. That's what you're gonna be. So big shout out to those around the world. Be very careful what you do, and remember, life is worth living. Oh, by the way, they're not just here in California; they're across the U.S. So they can take care of you there. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye, everyone.